Reliant Regal Supervan Trotter Van Restoration Video 6. Keep watching. Right, okay then, let's tell you what's happened since the last video when we stripped down the chassis. What we've done is contact our sandblasting chappie that Jimmy knows, and I'm going to take it down tomorrow morning, and I've decided to have the whole thing powder coated as well, so he's going to do that for me as well. It makes sense to do it that way. He's got all the equipment there, he's got a massive oven, so that's what we're going to do there. So what we've got to do before we do that, I mentioned to you before that I found a little crack on the chassis. It's not structural or anything, but it's cosmetic really, but because it's going to be sandblasted, I might as well do it. So let me show you what's got to be done now. We're just going to weld this up. Right, well, as you can see, this is the front cross member which comes up to under the bonnet there, and just coming down there on this cross member here, which is just behind the A-frame which bolts on there for the front wheel. You've just got this little bit there, as you can see there. It's just on the corner and it's just broke through there. So I've grounded it all down, and I'm hopefully just going to fillet a weld across there and fill it up. I'm hoping that's going to be okay, and then I'll just dress it with a file just to make it straight. So as you can see, the rest of the chassis, I've removed all the pedals now, and I might have to straighten up some brackets first. So we'll just have a final look over it and straighten up things like these pedal brackets there. There's a slight twist in the windscreen wiper bracket there, and things like this here, for example, like just straighten that up. So those are the sort of things I've got to do, and then basically it's ready for sandblasting and powder coating. So now let me just weld this up, and we'll see if we can make a sort of a job of this. Right, okay then, we filled that holes in now. Let's just quickly show you. It may not be the best weld in the world, but at the end of the day, it's going to all be powder coated anyway. The sandblaster will get to all these little black bits there, so I'm not really worried about that. We filled in all the holes that were there, so that's ready to go. I'm just going to go around and just straighten up these little bits of the chassis, and then we've got to get this on the car, on the front of Sharon's car, so we'll see you in a minute. Right, well, I've not been out here for a while, obviously, and it's been sitting here for about probably a week now, week and a half, getting rusty again, but at least it's all stripped down now. It's been sandblasted, and I've done a little bit of welding so far. I'll show you what I've done. Well, this around the front was very perforated here, so I've actually cut a panel out there, put a new piece of metal in there, and that's nice and solid now. Welding's okay, it's not too great. There's still loads of little dark spots there, but the powder coating will take all that in. Now this is one of the end rails here. As you can see, this one's not too bad. If you've got my Facebook, you'd see the one the other side, which is this one here. This was all rusted through there, on the top there and at the front there. And I did try getting this. I was going to replace the whole beam, but you can't get this anymore, I don't think. And this is an imperial size box section, which they don't do anymore now. So what I've actually done is put patches in here, as you can see. I've got that one in there, and I've got this little one on the top there now. So I've got this little one to do in here now, and that's just a matter of doing spot welds, and then obviously going around and filling in the gaps basically. So if you, as I say, if you've got my Facebook page, you'd see the before and after shots of me doing this, what it used to look like before. So I'm just going to carry on now, try and get this little panel in here, and then we'll grind this down and see what we can do to make that sort of look semi-original. Now, as I've mentioned before, I am not a welder. So what I've done here is just literally with my experience when I've done my transit van, and I think I've improved a bit anyway. As I say, it's one of these things where you learn by doing practice. I've not done any welding. That was near enough a year ago since I've done the transit van. So again, first time I've picked up the welder, and this is my attempt anyway. So I'm a little bit better than I was last year, but I've not been constantly welding throughout the year. So you'll have to forgive me if things just don't look quite right on the settings or whatever, but that's just what I've done. So let me finish off now. I've cut this little bit to size now. I've just got to trim it up, get it in the hole, and then spot weld it in place, and then dab it in place, and then finish the weld off. So let's do that. Right, okay, there we go. That's the repaired bit. Solid on the top, solid on the side, solid on the front there. So I'm quite pleased with that. If I can do the rest of the welding like that, I'll be well pleased. So that'll take lovely, a nice sand powder coat now when it's again it's all done and it's all shipped down there. So yeah, there we go. My welding's not too bad once you ground the welds down, as you can see. No real signs of anything there, so I'm happy with that. Good job. Right, well, this ain't the sort of job I'm going to be able to do all in one go. The time now is 4:45 on a Friday afternoon, and I'm just about to get ready to go down the gym with Jimmy when he comes home from work. I'll probably have a little go at it tomorrow, depending on the weather. So you'll see this when it's all completed. It's not worth you watching me weld everything up. That'll be a boring video, I think. So watch out for the next video. Hopefully we'll get this down to sandblasters again, and he'll give it a quick sandblast again because it's got a bit of surface rust on it. We'll get it powder coated, and then hopefully we'll be on the rebuild phase of getting this chassis at least back on the wheels anyway. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to tune in to the next one. Check out the other videos. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and also share my videos. I've never mentioned it before. I'd like to build the channel up now, obviously, get things moving again and try and build more. So the more subscribers I can get, the more I can actually do more videos. So more different people giving me feedback and all that on what they want to see or whatever, then it all builds up to a happy channel and one where I can actually carry on doing this sort of work. Anyway, enough from me rambling now. I'll see you again in the next video. Till then, bye for now.